You're kind of rare breed. You are a non-technical founder. You did not write any code, and you still go after this opportunity, and you still succeed with pretty much zero resources under your control. No funding yet, no co-founder, no anything. What you were planning to do? What happened after that?
Yeah, actually, I think that it's not really necessary for the founder to be like technical person, unless you're doing like some hardcore, technology and something. So I think it's very important for founder to be like first promotive, and second like product oriented. So if you think about successful entrepreneurs like that, it's like Steve Jobs. So he wasn't really like technical person, but he was like really promotive, a really product oriented guy, and that was like the example that I was kind of following. So I was like learning product management. I was this kind of like promoting person, and again, my blogging activity was kind of good example. I got like a lot of connections pretty fast, but of course it's important to have like technical people if you're doing like technical startup. So initially I had an idea to probably like hire some developers to work with, but again, like I mentioned before, I was lucky enough to meet a co-founder, like brilliant iOS developer, Victor. He was actually able to code like the initial version of like tracker path, and that's why I didn't need to like hire some other people to have this kind of like proof of concept. And basically I had the idea to either like hire some person in-house, but I came up to like better like having this co-founder with a really strong motivation.
$0 in the bank, kind of nothing really working. How you guys went into penetrating this market awareness problem, because nobody knew about you?
That's true that we didn't have much money to advertise, to do some kind of marketing, and basically that's the time when community helped a lot. So we started to post about tracker path on like forums. We started to reach out to media, and basically we created some like buzz, and that's how we got like initial user base, and that's how we got started in the first place.
At this point, kind of after all this hard work and YC rejection, Victor decided to spend his effort on different startup he was involved at. So you were at this moment, I recall, you were in position. YC rejected, your co-founder just left, you don't have technical team, you have $0 in the bank. So typical day in startup founder. What do you do?
I was freaking out actually. I was in a pickle, and when we say that YC rejected us, many startups were rejected because they apply and they were rejected on this stage. We were rejected in a like really bad way when success was like really close. We were almost like ready to touch that, and then something like went wrong, and at some point I was even broke, so I already spent like all my like savings on this startup, and people started telling me like, hey man, find a job. So this startup like failed.
A real job.
Yeah, real job. I'm just like saying that those things that look to me as a problem, they turn out to be actually good things. And also, again, it took some kind of creativity. So basically, one thing that I did, I kind of turned my apartment to the hacker house. So I had some like people living with me. I was renting out of like Airbnb, really cool people actually I met through that. So it was really interesting experience in my life, and also helped me to make pretty good money. So I was able not only to pay out my rent, but also had money for living. I was continuing my like blogging activity, and I was meeting like some other people, and I met like few other people who actually liked the idea and took the risk, and they decided to join the company at the early stage to work with me. So we actually continue going with that team, and I started meeting with like investors. It took a lot of efforts. The challenge was that investors, they didn't understand the industry. Tracking, not many people were actually aware about that, and how big is the opportunity, like what's tracking, nobody knew. That was like another part of the challenge, and we're meeting like investors, and Ran was just like one of the investors that we met. I was like, okay, another meeting. So I was ready for rejection, and I didn't mind that, so I don't mind rejection. We had a meeting, and it appeared that Ran's CEO, when he was younger, he had some tracking experience actually. He was looking for some kind of company who's doing something significant in the industry. So they checked like different companies, and then they found a tracker path on AngelList. Actually, I think they read first some kind of article about us, probably Silicon Valley Business Journal, and then they found our AngelList profile. They saw that, they kind of liked that, and they met, and yeah, we kind of like each other.
Changed what kind of problems they're solving now and in the future, and well, then if you will, how do you monetize on that?
The problem was like where the initial idea was the marketplace, and the chicken egg was like we need carriers on one side, and we need like other side like brokers, and and we didn't have initial like any one of them. So how do you attract them to the marketplace, which has like kind of zero value for like all of them? And actually many startups failed. So our investors, Wicklow Capital, they already invested in the kind of same company, and the company failed because they started to solve this kind of marketplace problem directly. So fortunately, we took some kind of like smart approach, and we started solving the problem for the carriers. So for the trackers, they didn't have that kind of app where they can exchange information with each other like ways. So pretty much what we did is like ways for trackers. We gathered this community, and the community was sharing the information, this kind of crowdsourcing information, updating like things that are really important for them. So we help them in the navigation. So initial product is a navigational assistant for trackers.
So was there any magic moment at some point you're like, okay, holy shit, this is working?
Basically, we never started our fundraising. We're just like preparing for fundraising, just like talking to investors, and then we got like a lot of interest. They saw this traction, they kind of liked that. Again, a lot of big numbers help here. Starting a fundraising early was really good idea, but without saying that you're starting the fundraising, because if you start fundraising, it takes a while and nobody's kind of interested. Other investors, they have an idea, oh, that's probably like not a good deal, so let's not do that.
And what were like the specific connections that you developed through blogging that helped you grow the company?
The idea was not only articles but also video interviews, and it's really important because you can actually meet with people and you have connection like face to face. But to get some kind of audience, I use some platform for crowdsourced blogging like Haber, and I was sending like my videos to like top media in like both Russia and here actually in the States. I was posting in like different groups, and that's basically how I got the audience. I got like a lot of subscribers. People started to sharing this with each other, and then it was word of mouth pretty much.
What was the hardest part during the round in raising money?
Hard thing was to figure out when is the right moment for the fundraising. So we realized that it's never the right moment. So we just like started the fundraising without actually starting fundraising. So we called that, okay, we're just like talking to investors and wherever.
Might have found to keep yourself motivated.
It's very important to talk to other people. So basically, I got a lot of inspiration from like friends, from family as well. And again, if I like close myself in like room without like talking to others, I would just probably go mad. Some people doing like sports, some people are doing something that they like. They like do like music production, for example, and some people doing like meditation. So I was kind of doing a combination of that. So I was doing meditation. At that time I practiced Qigong meditation. Now I changed to Vipassana meditation, which actually helps me a lot to keep this kind of balance, and I recommend that to like all executives and entrepreneurs. This kind of activity helps you to clean your brain. So you should have something that helps you to clean the brain. It's just like you take the shower every day, right? Same for like meditation or doing something that you really like. It helps you to clean the brain. It's very important to keep the belief, and but the belief shouldn't be that kind of fanatic belief. It should be logical. So, and I had the logic. I was like, trying to understand, okay, so we have this kind of failure. Probably there are like some other companies who are doing the same, they may be ahead. I figure out from that analysis it's still worth to pursue the opportunity to fight all the difficulties, because otherwise I'll probably see, okay, there is like another company out there, so it's too late and we failed, and I'll probably start doing something else, maybe find a job.
What is critical in your first experience is there is basically no learning period. You cannot try startup. You say like, hey, I will try startups for a bit and see if it's right for me. This never happens. So you immediately hit with everything Ivan was talking about, kind of about this problem, challenges, ups and downs, like existential crises. And irony is, if you already have experience, 90% of it doesn't matter. It's kind of ironical. You think it's matter, but in fact it's not. It's you yourself in your own brain create these emotional attachments and emotional problems.
Startups, they make a lot of mistakes, and this is fine. So basically the main point and the main mistake for the startup could be to move like too slow. Having something like perfect and analyzing like every single move, we just had general idea what to do without that kind of like deep analysis sometimes. So we're not afraid of doing like mistakes sometimes, because this is fine. It's really important to move forward. Otherwise, there is no like secret sauce. So honestly, situation is different like one by one, and many people just ask me like, hey, how to be like a successful entrepreneur. I say like it's same as how to become a successful executive. You just need to go through the things on the path, and you just need to feel. It's not that difficult to understand like mentally, so you can read like books, but you need to experience that, and it's really important for an entrepreneur to actually experience, and the experience can be different from like situation to situation. Talking about advisors, it's like really important to have a great advisor. We had advisor in the industry. So like first we had an advisor, really like logistics guru, like very well-known person. He advised me a lot on the like logistics space. And recently we hired another advisor, Tom Fellows. He was the one who sold the company to Google. He actually built Google Shopping Express like from scratch to like 2,000 people, and he advised us a lot on like product, how to build like the right process in like product team, what kind of things need to be done, and what it takes to have like the right products. I think it's really important not to think, and it happens with like some people, they think they're kind of smartest. So it's actually important not to have this kind of mindset, and always listen to the people who are smarter than you, at least like at some areas.
So the role of advisor is basically kind of leveling the founder and giving him a priority function. Is giving them a function, that's what's important, that's what you should pay your attention, and ignore 99 other things. It's really the art of don't waste your mental energy and your peace of mind, and that's what great advisors do.
Yes, it's very important not to waste mental energy. So what I did is actually I turned off all notifications to be able to talk to and have a conversation only when I have time, when I want, and when I'm ready for that. And I even like don't answer like phone calls. Another thing is how to hire, like how to understand that this executive is the right fit for the company, because it happens a lot that like great people, they are not the right fit. They have probably different mindset or like different skills, and it happened that we fired like really great people that somehow they didn't fit our company. So, and with executives, like the higher the position, the more difficult it is to take the decision about hiring the person. So basically, I was learning from one of the Stanford courses, and there was a course about like how to hire executives, and the course was basically saying that you need to hang out with people. So you need not only to evaluate their professional skills, but also understand like them personally.
Okay, guys, Ivan Tsybaev, CEO of Tracker Pass. Thank you very much for being
Thanks.
on the audience.
Thank you all.